yeah, that's kind of Scott's whole point is there's no guarantee that just because you hit an iron off the tee, you can hit the
That's it.
fairway. It happens to the pros all the time. They'll hit an iron and it goes to the fairway. Now, not only are they in the rough, but they're 70 yards short of where they would have been in the rough with the driver, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's shooting yourself in the foot 6 ways to Sunday.
I played a course in college. I worked at Greenville Country Club for a while, old Donald Ross course, 6,200 yards from the tips. As I started to play there a lot, I started hitting iron off the tee and wasn't playing very well. And what I finally learned was on a 340-yard hole, I could bomb a driver, and yeah, I may end up 60 yards out from the green behind a tree, but from 60 yards, I could figure out a way to still get it around the green most of the time, hooking it around or a bump and run or something. I could still find a way to score around that way. And then I just started hitting driver all the time because it's like, yeah, I want to get as close as I can. I'll figure it out from there. That's not always necessarily the right way to do it. I know on the sim the other day we had a couple of holes that the landing area at 260 is just really narrow, but at 250 it's pretty wide, and it's a 390-yard hole. So I'm pretty comfortable from 140. So we play to that, and let's just, there's times that that's not the case, but by and large, yeah, get closer to the hole more times than not. So
Well, and I had a college coach who said, yes, hit driver whenever possible. He goes, but once you can get something inside of 100 yards off the tee, don't take any more additional risk than is necessary. Because you look at the stats too, and most people are just as good from 90 yards as they are from 30 because they don't practice the 30-yard shot. So it's a weird number, and they fat it or they thin it. Yeah, there's so many ways to look at it, but ultimately it comes down to playing your best game that you can with the skills you have, and then playing from the appropriate distances so that you have the potential to enjoy and have fun. That's where the handicap system kind of gets conflated too, is because, well, if you move forward in the tee boxes, now you're supposed to shoot a 69, whereas you play 3 tee boxes back, you're supposed to shoot a 74. And it's like, well, that means then you're better than a scratch golfer if you only hit it 220 yards because, right? You see what I'm saying? Like it's kind of goofy in that too. But
playing to the distance, I played a game at Sully's the other day, trying to just get out of the just hitting golf balls nonstop. There's a game where you just hit 60 shots from different distances and it keeps track. And it was interesting to me when I went back and looked. It scores you based on proximity to the target. And it was funny, like the 40 and 60-yard targets were not my best targets. It was like the 80 or the 120. One of those was my best. So once you figure out what that is, ever how you do it, to figure out this is the yards I'm comfortable from. For me, 90 to 120 is my really comfortable range because those are full shots, but they're with different wedges from a lob wedge up to a gap. They're not stretching it, but it's just a normal full golf swing. But then there's other yardages I'm fairly comfortable with, but knowing what those are and then playing to them is much better than just wailing at it and getting as close as you can. All right, well,